Okay, so next up in the Paper Dream Printable Mini Album template series is the tall envelope landscape. Now this is the last one we did. This is the tall envelope portrait, and I'm gonna do the landscape one a little different. I'll put this video in the description box below. I also wanted to point out that if you are new to my channel and you come across one of these videos and you're like, what the heck is this? In YouTube there is playlists. You can go to my playlist and there is an entire playlist from start to now for the Paper Dream printable templates. There's also an entire playlist for the ultimate, for the stack the pages. I mean, if you just go and look, you can start from the beginning. So if you come in, you know, towards the end of my series here, you can always go back and start from the beginning. So this is the portrait, and you can totally do the landscape the exact same way that we did this one, except it would be going this way, of course. But I'm going to do it different this time. So what we need is, I'm going to have 5 pages of page number 9. So you need to, if you're going to make the exact same thing I'm going to make. I always say that. I don't know why I say that. But if you're wanting to make the exact same album, you will need 5 of page number 9s, but I am going to print them onto patterned paper directly. And I'm going to be using, this is Mad Tea Party by Marion Smith. I don't have the entire paper collection. I just have like 5 different of the 12 by 12 papers. And they're double-sided, which is nice, so I guess really I have 10. So I thought it would be fun, we're going to print directly onto the paper, and I thought it would be fun to use these Glassine bags. I have a ton of these, and I love them, and I love the way they sound, and they're really cool, and I've already put one of the envelopes together. Here it is right here, and it fits in here perfectly. Maybe. It fits in here perfectly. So I thought I would use these bags, which I think are awesome. But what that means is, if I use these bags, is that the, shoot, I don't know where to put that paper. That the actual covers for the tall envelope album for the landscape will not work, because I am going to use a bind it all, and we're going to punch here. You could use just poke holes and use binder rings if you'd like, or you can use ribbon or whatever, but I'm going to use a bind it all, so I needed some space here, which just left, you know, just a little bit on this side. So I found the page, on page number 12, the mat for the insert, the insert for the main base bead landscape side pocket. This is actually the perfect size for these bags. So I'm going to use this main base on page number 12 as my cover template. So I'm also going to be using canvas for my covers. This is a 12 by 12 sheet of canvas paper. So I am going to double this over, glue it together, and I'm going to use this as my covers. So what I'm going to do is, I've got the actual main base template, and I'm just going to lay it on here, and I'm going to trace it out, and I'm going to cut it out, and I'm going to need 2, obviously, a front and back. So again, I'm going to fold it over and glue it, and then cut 2 covers out using this template from page number 12. So, I mean, it just fits the bag perfectly. I mean, it's just perfect. I'm going to have to cut a little bit of the bag off, but that's okay. So, I'm also, because of the paper line, I just think that it would look nice with some ode book pages, and I'm going to use some doilies. So, we're going to use these 3 things plus the canvas, which I think will be fun. I'll link everything in the description box below of the products that I'm using, except for the old book pages. You're kind of on your own on that one. You're just going to have to find something that you like. Okay, since we're going to print directly onto the 12 by 12 pattern paper, I wanted to show you again how to make that happen. So my printer prints off 8.5 by 11 or prints on 8.5 by 11 paper. So what I need to do is trim this down to 8.5 on one side, and then 11 on the other. Now this will go through my printer just perfectly fine. It's not too thick, it's perfect, it runs through perfect. So if you have an A4 printer, you have to cut it down to that size. And that's another reminder on that, is that when you print something A4 size, I think it's A4 size, yes, it is. Everything's going to be slightly smaller, so you need to remember that. So the measurements and things, if I give you any of those, or you know, like the pages for the 6x6, if your 6x6 pattern paper doesn't fit directly onto that, it's because your printing is smaller, and you just need to trim a little bit off of your 6x6. So anyway, so that's all you have to do, and literally run this through your printer. So I've already and keep your scraps. I have a page from my scrapper keeper here. So I'm going to keep, because believe it or not, these will actually come in handy here in a minute. So I'm going to keep all of these. So I've already printed one off onto here, so let me grab that. And there it is. So I ran it through my printer. And then here's the tall envelope, and then there is the little small pocket flap, whatever you want to make it. So I'm going to try to do something different on each one of those with that pocket. So I don't want to take any of these flaps off yet, because I'm not exactly sure if it's going to be a pocket or a flap, or which way it's going to be a pocket. So, because the paper is directional, so I need to pay attention to that. But I am going to go ahead and just trim it out all the way around, leaving all the flaps. So when I go to score, I'm just going to score all the way around, and then that way it'll be ready to go, so I can just do whatever I need to do. So I'm going to keep my these little scraps too. You just never know. So I'm just going to go, I cut that off with my scissors, and I'm just going to go trim. Let's see. I try to save as much, you know, chunks of paper as I can, because you never know when you might need that. This is a Fiskars paper trimmer. It is a precision. I'll link it below. I say the name different, I think, every single time I say it. But it's all. But sometimes if you Google it, it comes up different. Like there's different rotary blade trimmers by Fiskars. So I heard somebody say Fiskars the other day. Does anybody know what the proper pronunciation is? Fiskars or Fiskars? Let me know. Okay. So next thing you want to do is you want to score. So this is a Martha Stewart scoreboard. It's the little small one. You just want to score on those lines. Oh, let me go ahead and do this one too. So then to put the envelope together, you just want to go ahead and fold the flaps in. And then fold it over. I'm trying to match it up. If not, you know, we're going to be inking all the edges, so it's no big deal. And some of them I am going to be having the flap go the other way like this, and maybe put a pocket here, maybe put a pocket here. I mean, I don't know yet exactly what I'm going to do with each one, but that one's that. And then I'm just going to hold off on that one. I'm not going to do anything with this right this second. So I'm just going to put it aside. And I am going to ink everything up with my Ranger's Archival ink in coffee, and using my Tim Holtz blending tool. And so I'm going to ink inside and out of all of the, all 5 of these envelopes that I've, you know, printed out. Okay, I've got them all inked up. And so the next step you want to do is you want to put your tape here. I'm using a double-sided sequin score tape. It's 1/4 of an inch in size or width. It seems to be the most versatile. And you know, if you don't like all that extra hangover on that flap, you can totally trim that smaller. You don't have to stick with that 1/2 inch that I have there, just letting you know. Then, as usual, I'm going to stick the bottom down to the side so that nothing gets hung up there. And I'm going to remove the backing on both, and I'm going to fold it over. I don't need any glue stick for this because we know it already fits. And then that's it. That's how you put the envelope together. Just like that. And so it should fit right in this little package right here. So now I just need to decide, well, first of all, I need to finish putting the rest of these together. I've already got this one together, and I already added the little pocket there on that one, and it looks cute, but I don't want to do them all the same. So let me finish assembling these, and I'll be right back. I think before I start adding the pockets or flaps or whatever, I think I'm going to go ahead and get the bags and stuff ready. I think we're going to do that first. Yes. Okay, so I need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I guess I'll give you a measurement real quick on the size of these. These bags are 3 3/4 by 6 1/2. So the first thing I know I need to do is I'm going to trim off this extra bit right here. I'm just going to, not the whole thing, maybe I'll just stay right above that pinking edge there. And then I'm going to ink them up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay it here on this paper, and I'm just going to like do this. Just like wiggle. You know what else we can do with these? If you didn't want to put the tall envelope inside the pocket, and let's say you just wanted to do some like loose inserts in there, then you could totally just apply it to the top of the bag, and that's super cute too. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to ink these bags, and I'm also I've got these little doilies that I want to use, and I'm also going to ink these up. And it's really just a matter of just skimming across the surface. They're so delicate, you have to be careful. So I'm going to ink these up as well, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so the next thing I think I want to do is I'm going to take my doilies and I'm going to fold them in half like this. And I think I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to attach them like that. And then maybe do the same thing with ode book pages. So the way I'm going to attach this is I'm just going to use a tape runner, and I'm just going to put it a little bit away from the center, but not too far out, just in case I want to stick something underneath it. The reason I don't want to put it in the center is because I'm going to be poking through there, and I don't want the adhesive to get all over my bind at all. But you don't have to do it that way. So that was just an ATG gun. And I'm just going to put that down there like that. Yeah, I'm going to do the rest of them, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the doilies attached to all 5 pages. And the next thing I want to do, I think, is I want to use these ode book pages. This is from a children's dictionary, so I'm not too concerned about what it might say, just so you know. So I just kind of folded it in half right there, and now I'm just tearing down, because what I want to do is I want to check to see how much it'll cover, how far it'll go over. I think that might look pretty good. Or should it go over more? No, I like it like here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my paper back out, and I'm going to just ink these edges up on both sides like this. Oops, wrong edge. Like that. And then I think what I'm going to do is the same thing. I'm just going to put the tape a little further away. Or should I put it on here? Maybe I should put it on here. I don't know. I don't know which way is the best way to do it. So we're just experimenting. So I'm just going to place that in there like that. And what I want to do is I want to tear these edges off just to give it kind of like a rough edge. That looks pretty good. So then I can come back with my blending tool there and ink those raw edges on both sides, front and back. Yeah. Okay, so I've got all of those done and ready to go. Looking pretty cute. So I'm going to go ahead and get, I don't know if I need this one or not. I don't need that one. I'm going to go ahead and get these out. And then I'm also going to grab the large cutoff pieces from when I cut the 12 by 12 down. I'm going to grab those pieces because, you know, the envelope, I told you the envelope itself can fit on this page perfectly if I wanted it to. So I thought, well, what if I just wanted to mat it maybe on one side, you know, whether it be the front or the back. I think that might be kind of fun. So I thought I would give it a try. So this is all 3 templates right here. So there is the actual main base of the template, the actual envelope itself that I just cut down to make a template. Let me put these back on top of each other so I don't lose them. Okay, and then I'm going to get my pencil. So I'm pretty sure, yep, this should fit right on these scraps. So I'm just going to, this is just kind of an experiment. I don't know if I'm going to do this or not, but I thought we would just see. So remember to cut right inside the pencil line on both. I guess it's not crucial for something like this. Okay, so what if, let's say for example, what if I wanted to put this on the back like this? Ooh, I might, oh no, look, it fits perfectly. So this is the back side. Look how cool that looks. And so let's say this is in here, and so that's in there like that, and that's on the back side. We can leave it like this, which would be cool, or we can add one of our pockets on here, maybe not this one. That's kind of a good idea. That's kind of a neat thought. So then on this front side, we could do a pocket. So let's just do it. Let's just jump in and do it. That's the fun thing about these templates is that there's just so many different ways to do things. You can't really go wrong. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and ink this up real quick. Like that. And I think it would look really good right there. It's like I'm afraid to commit. Wow. I'm just going to use my glue this time. I probably should not use my glue. I probably should have used my score tape, but then I kind of feel like, where's that piece at? Where's the one I just got from? I kind of feel like it needs a pink insert. What do you think? I think it does. So which one do I want to use? The secondary mat or the top template? Or both? No, I don't want to do both. Let's use the secondary mat of the tall envelope for the flap, the lid, the the top part. I don't know what you want to call it. Now this may not look right. I may have to cut it smaller. Matter of fact, I need to get a new thing. I better check before I ink the backside, because I may not like it. Oh no, I like it. That looks pretty good. Okay, so here's where I'm at so far. I haven't made the inserts for the pockets and things yet because I'm just not quite sure. Since I've only got 5 sheets of, or 5 patterns, actually 10, but you know what I'm saying. I don't know which ones I want to use. I don't know if I want to mix and match or whatever. So you saw me do that, and I did attach that on the back there. So there's one. I'm taking them out so I can punch the holes in them now. And then here I didn't do anything to the outside, but I did attach the pocket right here. So there's a pocket here and the pocket there. So that's cute. And then you saw me do this one, but I am going to go ahead and take this out because I need to punch a hole, and I didn't do anything in that. And then this one, I put the pocket on the outside back here, just right there on the back side, which I thought was cute. And then I just left the envelope the same, or not the same, but not supposed to be in there, the way it's supposed to be. And then this one I did just a little bit on the back side because I thought this was cute. It's on one of the collage papers, and that's one of the papers that's causing me some grief because it's like a collage type, cut apart type situation. But anyway, so I decided to just take a little bit of it, the 2 ladies there. And then on this one, I took the pocket and made a belly band. Because again, the back side of this is kind of hard to use for this purpose. So I just put a belly band there. So I'm not sure what I want my inserts to be yet. I'm still going to think about that for a little while, but we're just going to keep trucking along until I come up with the perfect idea. How about that? Alright, so I'm going to now punch my holes. I'm going to use the Zutter Bind It All, and I will link this below if I can find it. It's one of my favorite tools, and I'm not measuring. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it from side to side. I'm just going to use the 6 holes. So, and I'm going to go one at a time just so that, things are falling, just so that it doesn't get too crazy. So it punched the holes, punched through there just beautifully. And I'm going to go ahead and do them all. Okay, so I've already made my covers from this 12 by 12 canvas sheet that I folded in half and glued together, and then used page 12, the smaller template on page 12, to make the covers for my little mini album. So it's double-sided. You know, you can see it's kind of pulling apart just a little bit, but that's okay. I kind of like it. I think it looks pretty good. And I've already punched it. I'm not sure. I might have to go back and repunch it because I don't know what I'm going to do on the cover yet. So I inked both front and back of each cover. Hey guys, I forgot to turn the camera back on. I started doing the cover, and this is where I got to. So I will show you how to do the back cover. What I decided to do was use the template that goes with this template here. So it's the secondary mat and the traceable template mat that I got here. And this is the piece I'm going to use for the inside of the cover. So this is also the large cutoff piece from the 12 by 12 pattern paper. So I'm going to use the traceable template, and I'm just going to lay it down here, and I'm going to cut it, or trace it and cut it. And I'm pretty sure this is a 6-inch long, yes. So I'm going to cut these 2, and then here is my other one for the back cover. I'm thinking it's the one, yes. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these and ink them up and be right back. Okay, so I attached that one already. So I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to attach the inside liner. So this is the back cover, so it's going to be like this. So the inside needs to go here. So I'm just using my Fabri-Tac. And I'm just keeping the liner simple. You know, all kinds of fun embellishments and stuff could go on there. You could add a pocket. So basically this leaves about 1/4 inch all the way around, so you can still see that cool canvas. I really like the canvas look. Okay, so then this is the back side. So what I'm going to do before I attach that down, the first thing I'm going to do is I've got another doily that's been inked, and I need another O-book page here. So all I'm going to do is the same thing that I did for the pages, except I'm not going to wrap it. So I'm just going to kind of like, let's start by ripping an edge here. Okay, so I think I'm just going to just lay it down. After I ink it, I'm going to ink it first because I want it to be able to stand out a little bit. Okay, so all I'm going to do really is, let me see how far I went in on my front cover here. So I'm just going to judge it a little bit, match it up, judge it. I'm just going to flip it over and add some tape runner. Whoa. Because remember, this is going to be, it's going to be punched. So then again, I'm going to kind of judge how far I went in here, just like that. And I'm going to add some tape runner again. Oh, sorry about that. Just like that. So then I'm going to flip it over and trim it out with my scissors. I was going to maybe think about trying to tear it, but I don't think that'd be the easiest thing to do, so I'm going to do it this way. Just like that. So then now we've got the back cover. So there's the front, and here will be the back. And I'm going to go ahead and ink it up around those edges I just cut. And then I'm going to attach it down because I want to go ahead and re-punch those holes so that I can go ahead and bind it and get a better feel for the album itself. So I'm just going to add, because I want to do more to the covers, I think. I just think I need to re-punch the holes and stuff first. Same thing, 1/4 of an inch all the way around. Okay, so now I'm going to re-punch it. Again, I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm not going to measure it. I think it'll be fine. Yep, just fine. We've got the front and the back, and then all the pages. I put the envelopes all in there because I needed to be able to judge how thick it's going to be. So let's go ahead and measure that so I can grab the right wires. That's about an inch, a little over an inch. I'll get the 1.25 inch. I'll grab them both. I'll be right back. Okay, I just grabbed the 1.25 inch because the more I thought about it, the more I thought that the inch might be too tight. So these are antique brass, also from Zutter, or 1.25 inch binding wire. And I keep all of my little scraps that I cut off because for something just like this. So what I need to do is cut it down. Gotta find some thingies to snip it with first. Where did my thingies go? Ah. These are just wire thingies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right here. Oh, these aren't the right ones. Where are they? I have a pair somewhere. My husband and son like to borrow my stuff. Here it is. They like to borrow my things, so sometimes I don't get them back right away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to snip it here. So now all I need to do is line them up, and then I'm going to take my back cover and flip it over onto my front cover like so. And now I just need to feed these in here, and I think this is the right way. I think. Every time I use this thing, I think, oh, is that the right way? It's kind of silly, really. Okay, so now I'm going to squish it. I'll back it up first so it'll fit in there. Okay, this is the biggest wire that this binding machine will take, so that's not supposed to be there. So all you want to do is lay it in there and get it in the middle. And it's going to be hard for me to see because my camera's right over top. You want to make sure everything is flat on the bottom there. And then you just want to gently squeeze. And it didn't close all the way. I've almost never had one close all the way, ever. Look how big that looks. I might have to redo it. I don't like it. I don't like it being so big. Oops, I went a little too far there. Yeah, I went too far. I'm gonna have to redo it. I squished it. Daggone it. So if you've ever done that, do you know how to fix it? You just pull them apart. Just like that. Daggone it. Now I'm gonna go find my other ones. Okay. Same thing, except this is just a 1-inch. So let me get this organized again. There we go. Perfect. Can you see that? Yep. Okay, so now we've got it. Oh, that looks much better. That's not near as, it doesn't stick out near as bad as the other one did. That makes me happy. I like it. Okay. Uh-oh. One of my tags is coming out. Get back in there. Okay, so I was wanting to maybe add some twine. And I've got a clock piece. Oh, and I cut this piece out from the paper line. It was on one of the collage sheets. I think that might be cute. I started making a bunch of little flowers out of the 1-inch strips from cutting the paper down and from the little scraps left over. I don't know yet what I want to do. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. So again, I'm just going to start playing, and I think I want to see what this looks like. I kind of wanted to add some twine, like wrap it around a couple times. One more. I don't know if I'll keep it on there, but I just think it might, you know, add a little bit of texture. Let's cut this off. It needs to be tighter, but I don't know. I can't decide. So it might be too much. Oh, this clock piece is a Tim Holtz piece. Tim Holtz timepieces, and I also have the hands, which I've already got to set out and put it on one of my little punched flowers there. I don't know. I think it might be cute. We'll see. We shall see. I'm thinking about doing something like this. I don't know. I just can't decide. Let me see. Maybe if I don't tie a bow. Maybe if I just tie a knot. Whoa, I got a little too tight there. It's okay. And then cut those extra pieces off. So I'm thinking about lifting this up, adding a bunch of flowers, or should this be, I like the timepiece, I don't know why. Oh, that might be what I do right here. Well, oh, I kind of like this. Gotta be able to read that. Well, I'm just gonna glue it down. What do y'all think? I'm just gonna glue it down. Why not? I better add some glue to the back of this. I feel like I need to put something under there to hold it up. Where's that piece? I don't really want to put dimension under there, you know, like foam things or anything. What do you think? You think I should put this on here? That's kind of cute. I think I will. I think I will. Well, just trying not to get the glue on the hands because maybe they'll still move. Doubtful, but maybe. Just in case, let me adjust them. What do you think? That's cute, simple, crooked. Do you like it? I like it. I think it looks pretty good. Now, do I add more flowers to it, or do I just leave it be? What do I do? Yeah, I like it. I think I'm just going to leave it simple like that. It's sweet and simple and easy, and it looks pretty cool. Okay, so I was thinking about, I can't open it yet because this is still wet, but I was thinking about the inserts for the envelopes, so I think I've just figured out what I want to do. So I'm going to grab a couple things and I'll be right back. Okay, so I think I'm just going to use the cream colored cardstock to start, and I've got my secondary mats for the envelope, for the tall envelope, and I think what I'm going to do is I've also got some stamp sets from this paper line. I remembered that I had. Okay, oh look, this one not so much. It's a little bit off, which, you know, cardstock is always different. It's not actually precise like it should be. So I think I am going to kind of show you a shortcut here on how to make multiple ones at the same time. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get my scoreboard out first and my bone folder. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to score that line right there, just like that. And then get my paper trimmer back out. And first I'm going to take that little smidge off the top. Okay, then I'm going to cut this edge piece off right here, and then I'm going to cut them apart. So now I've made 3 inserts for the envelopes. Quick and easy. So my idea is I have 2 stamp sets right here. This is how I store my flat stamp sets in binders like this. It's easier to find what you're looking for, in my opinion. If I can get it out, I'll show you. And I keep the packaging with it if I can. So this one is Marion Smith Designs clear stamps, and this does not have, it seems like I have that. No, I don't have that one. I may have that one. I might have the alphabet stamp. It doesn't say what the name of it is. Well, anyway, it may not even be for that paper line. Yes, it is, because it says Tea Party and Curious and Do You Suppose She's a Wildflower? They just don't have names. Okay, so I've got these 2 cute stamp sets, and I love, well, come on. I love that rose image. I've used that many times before. Let me make sure I don't have any more. No, 10 volts. And I try to keep them together as, you know, the person, or if it's an alphabet stamp or something like that. So I need another piece of paper. And I also need my foam pad, my fun foam pad. This is just a 1/4 inch fun foam. So I thought I would just stamp some of these inserts just to give them a little something, you know, since I don't have that much pattern paper options. So like I could do this rose right here. I could have it like this. Let's see. Let me get a stamp block. Let's start there. Oh my gosh, this one's lost its stick almost. At least that's what I feel like anyway. So then I'm just going to ink it up. It even kind of looks kind of dirty. With my ink pad, the same ink that I'm going to distress the edges with. I'm going to stick something under there. So I think this would look cute. Press it down real good. I didn't get a very good image. I haven't stamped in so long, but that's okay. So then I thought I'd put this little saying here. What's it say? Do you suppose she's a wildflower? I just think that's cute. Well, that one I got a little bit better impression down there. So then, when we ink it up, okay, so now we got that, which looks pretty good. So I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm not going to go through and stamp all of them right now. Let me check that out, make sure it's dry. But like, for example, this could go here in this little pocket. It's cute. I wish I'd have stamped that better, but oh, well, this one won't work on this pocket. Let me find another one. Oh, that one's the same way. Did I fold them all the same way? Well, okay, that tells me that I need to pay attention when I'm folding. This one, there we go. So it could go right there like that. Perfect. And you can do the same for the little small pockets, you know, as well, adding little, maybe the smaller insert if you would prefer. Or the smaller, you know, use the smaller template for the short part to put in the smaller envelope. Does that make sense? Or the smaller pocket. Oh, good grief. I know what I'm trying to say. It's just not coming out right. So, I'm not going to torture you all and do all those inserts, but I think it turned out really, really super cute. I really do. I like it. So, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye.